For this exercise specifically, we're going to talk about that foot tripod, the proper loading form of the foot. So while we're walking throughout the day, I don't want you to focus so much on my feet need to be in this tripod, but I want you to think about when I'm standing for prolonged periods of times, when I'm doing different exercises, that we're thinking about incorporating this and trying to build that medial longitudinal arch of the foot. So what is the tripod? The tripod is 3 spots on the foot, right? So we've got one here at the base of this big toe, one here at the base of our pinky toe, and then the one in the back with our calcaneus or our heel bone. So when we load up into a position, in a standing position, I want you to think about having all 3 of those points in contact with the ground at once. A lot of people have a difficult time getting to this first point here because a lot of these muscles aren't lengthened or trained to load into that big toe as we walk and go through our gait cycle. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like to load up in a standing position and try to create this foot tripod. So make sure you can see my feet. What we're going to do here is feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, and we're going to rock back on the heels, lift our toes, think lift, lengthen, and spread those toes, and then put them down on the ground. You can see in this position, just from those cues, lift, lengthen, and spread, that my feet are in good contact with that ground. Those 3 points are in contact with that ground. I'm building that tripod. If this is difficult for you, just start there. Think about lift, lengthen, and spread those toes and try to get those 3 points of contact on the ground. Make sure our body weight's not shifted too far forward or too far back, that we're just nice neutral over those feet. From there, if you got this down, what I want you to think about is screwing that ground away. Try to open up those feet and build that medial longitudinal arch. While we do this, make sure we're maintaining all 3 points on the ground. So you'll see this lift, lengthen, spread, and a screwing action happen at the ground, and a little bit of activation on that middle arch. Try not to grip too much at the toes, but try to keep all 3 points of contact with our tripod as I'm building that medial arch. What we're doing is we're awakening some of those muscles along the medial side of our ankle and our foot, just activating them and naturally building that arch as opposed to passively trying to form that arch in a shoe or with orthotics. So lift, lengthen, spread, and then screw the ground away, keep all 3 points of contact, and build that middle arch.